The appeal of Sorta Friends for me was immediately when I heard that story, I felt like I'm listening to a Hollywood executive tell me the plot of the next big romantic $80 million hit. It made me think like, wow, how early on do you really pick up that kind of stuff? And the whole nuances of the relationship, it wasn't clean cut in the way that, oh, the girl meets the boy and they fall in love and they get married. It was like, they're kind of friends, but not really. I don't think she knows how mature she is with that story, because that's kind of how relationships are. They're not clean cut.
And she had a friend, John, that she met every time when she went on the beach.
Is there a love interest there? Do they like each other, or?
They're just friends.
They're just friends.
The style for that particular one, because the story she was telling, you would expect a girl to tell is kind of this perfect picture, fairy tale prince kind of thing. I thought kind of placing it and visualizing it in that world would be great, but then to have all the acting and the way that she's telling the story, again, be that subtext of it's not all cool and this is weird and there's kind of weird relationship going on. I thought that would be a great kind of juxtaposition of the two competing messages. In her delivery, I think she did it a number of times.
They were sort of still friends, sort of not.
We could have easily put something animated on top of that, but I'm like, no, we need to see that because that encompasses the relationship she's talking about right there.
There was a lot of Sierra's original story that we didn't have time to put in the final episode.
He has a round face and short hair.
The initial animatic, our idea was to have him animated as a handsome guy, and then we actually asked Sierra, like, is he a really good looking guy? And she goes, well, so-so.
So he's handsome, or?
We were like, hey, this is how she described it. So Ghostbot went back and they redrew. So even though you don't hear Sierra say, this is what they look like, we still tried to stay true to her story.
Since there are backgrounds, it's not like the character is in a live action world, it's like the character is in her own environment. Placing the character in that is a little bit easier than in La Monkia, for example. In this particular case, actually, we are also using a composer, because a big part of Sorta Friends is that whole like dramatic soap opera music that kicks in.
And then when she was 20, they're more friends than they were ever.
And the big ending?
The big ending?
There is no big ending.
There's not even a little ending?
No.
There's no happy, but it's gone are the days of like the fairy tale prince and the princess and they live happily ever after. It's like, nah, there's no happy ending. I'm assuming she probably has that story crafted in her brain of Sorta Friends Part 2. I don't know, I'm just scared for when my daughter becomes that age of like, or gets to that dating age of like, is this what it's really gonna be about? I don't know, that's a snapshot. That's a snapshot right there.